Hello, good evening, and Heidi, hi, hello. Sunday. So, what have I got? Oh, I'm just going to switch that light off. I'm so sorry. Those lines are awful, aren't they? I picked the big ones up and didn't put the little ones off. So, yes, we are just about to hit the sale, aren't we? So tonight I thought I'd just run through pointing out a few bargains with the catalogue and just revisit a few as well, because some of you might not have seen the technique that I did, and there's just a few things that I wanted to show you. So let's just pop you down onto the table. I hope somebody will just come and click on that and be in the view gallery very soon. So we'll soon have a name come up there, I'm sure. So let's just put me up there. I'm going to move you over to that side in case I write on here. So let's get you down onto the table. Here we go. So I'll move you over this way just so that my face isn't in the way. And I really want some people to come on quite quickly and tell me what your favourite colours are for flowers. You just pop a comment in the bottom. Hi Shaz, hi Claire. You're catching me live, well done Claire. Happy Easter to you guys too. Just shout out a colour for a flower. I have all my blends here, not the new ones yet, but I have all the blends here beside me. And I need a colour for a flower and I will grab the cardstock. Okay. Hi Zena, lovely to see you. So what I want to do today is if you saw the run through the other night when I updated the catalogue, you'll see that I've run through, let's just pop something in there, and I've updated a lot of the prices. So just randomly these ones here. So stamp sets that are like at the prices they will be. So 50% off £9, 50% off £12. What I haven't done yet, I hadn't managed to do, was to go through and catch up with some others of my favourites. Things like the songbird. So the songbird here, I've got a little list beside me, just quickly popped on just for tonight. So I have gone to page 58. Okay, you have to do a little bit of homework yourself, because when I did the walkthrough, I was literally following Pinks and Fresh Freesia. Done? Great, thank you. When I did the walkthrough, I was literally following this list, this tiny little list. So when it said things like Hello Ladybird is 60% off, the punches, it says in here, page 149. So what I hadn't gone as far as doing was showing you the discounts together. So say like the Ladybird bundle is 60% off, or will be 60% off. The punch is 50% off. So you can actually have that bundle for the Ladybug, which is Ladybug. Ladybug's going to be £17.30 for that one and the stamps together. Okay, which is a really cheap price for a bundle. Okay, so if you do the same, they're mostly on the same pages. So if you do the Songbird Builder, which is this card here, so if you do the Songbird, you've got 50% off that at £10. That looks like £6. It's £10.50. And then over here you've got Songbird, 60% at £7.20. So the Songbird is actually coming out £17.70. So, and the same with the hedgehogs. The hedgehogs are going to be a bit more. They're going to be £20.70 together. But you just need to look at this. The price under here, it says the punch is on page 149, turn to 149, and you'll be able to see those prices as well. But I just want to point out some of those bargains like that. Then I wanted to revisit a technique because it's really a nice technique. And I'm going to be using these flowers again that I had here. So, and then the dies are on page 163. So I think I just want to prove that this is a fabulous, die bundle. So, not Holland Contour. Where did I put it? No, I didn't do there. I didn't write this one down, I don't think. No, but I can do it for you now. So, take that card out of the way. A bit all 2 and 8 tonight. I've had a busy day. So, the dies that go with this, Dainty Delight. Here we go. So, the Dainty Delight are going to be £12, but the dies on page 163 are just £17 at 50% off. You've got that in the shadow there. So the dies, Dainty Delight dies, 50% off. You have got yourself a bargain there of £29 for this beautiful stamp set and the dies together. Now that is a huge saving. So I thought I'd just point that out to you with a few of the punches and just get you to match those, the front and the back of the book up. So match your stamps and these up separately. I was just working through that list. Okay, so that's £29 for this bundle. Beautiful, beautiful bundle. So which are we going to go with? Pinks and Fresh Freesia. Okay, Fresh Freesia might be a tad on the faint side for what I'm going to do. But anyway, that's the old catalogue. That will soon be an old catalogue, sorry. Put that on the chair. So I'm going to grab a piece of vellum. Vellum was down here. Just take a sheet of that. This too, the vellum also is going to be retiring. Now I'm very sad about that. I have 3 packs of this in my order. I'm just going to point out the page number. If you like your vellum like me, then I'll just grab a page number for you. It's on the specialty papers. It's going to be here, the vellum. It's not being reduced, but it is going to be going away. So it is £9.50 for 20 sheets. Okay, so it's about 50 pence a sheet. Page 126. So if you want to order some of that, I've got the code on here as well, so you can just jot that down. I'm just going to grab one of the pinks. Do you want to say which pinks? So I just pick a strong pink, I think. I'll pick a different one to last time. I might pick a bright Melon Mambo is a colour, yeah, we used a dusky one last time. Fresh Freesia, I just think is going to be a bit faint. I'm just going to try it for you. Light Highland Heather, here's Fresh Freesia. The dark ones are best to use for this technique. Now I did have the scraps here. So if I just try a little bit, I'm going to show you what I mean. As always, I have my scrap pieces in here and they are all good, always good for sentiments. If you want a sentiment, then I tend to do this. So this is the dark Fresh Freesia. And even with 2 coats, when I put that on a piece of white card, I'll use the back of that envelope, it's still very, very faint. So I think I'm going to go with the dark Melon Mambo. If I do this one on here, we will actually be able to see that a little bit better on a white base. So I hope that is okay with you guys. So we're going to cut a piece of this to the size that I used last time. She says. I'm going to remind, well, I won't remind you because if you haven't seen it, it'll be a surprise. So I'm going to do this 6.5 by 6.7, I think. It can't be 6.7. 11.7. So 6.5 and 11.7. 6.5. Orchid Oasis would work. Absolutely, good choice because that's a retiring one. 11.7 I said, didn't I? Okay, so I'm just going to pop that in the scraps and just check that that's the right size for me. Yes, and then I'm going to do a piece of white card, slightly bigger. I'll just go 3 mils extra on all of those. We'll pop that away. And a piece of white. Oops. So I'm trying to have a big, big spring clean. So 6.5 is going to be 6.8. There we go. And 11.7 is actually going to make that 12. Oh, not a score. We'll cut it, shall we? So we'll pop those away. And hopefully those 2 pieces are going to match up nicely. There we go. Got a nice little layer going there. That's good. So we just want this one at the time being. We'll put all of these out of the way. And I'm going to grab, I'll switch those over. And I will get Orchid out. Orchid Oasis. Because Orchid is going, these are the colours that will be disappearing. So these are good ones to mention. Okay, I'm going to go with the dark because the darker with coming through from the back of the vellum, this one will be best. So we'll grab the dark Oasis card. Oh, being super efficient in my clearing up, I'd actually put them all in a basket together, all the ones that are going to be going. So, not to be thrown away yet. They're not going to disappear. So, and then I want another few millimetres on top of that. So instead of 6.8, I'm going to go 7.1. I've done the same border on all of them. So 7.1. Pop that away. Going to need a little piece for a greeting as well. So leave that one there. And then that was 12, so we'll go 12.3. There we go. I'm just going to make sure that this is a nice layer on here. So that with the white one in between will be just perfect. There we go. So we're good to go. Pop them to one side. There's my white piece. That's a good decision. Okay, so that can go in the bin. So yes, I've been going through a lot of swaps and my samples, and going through and making sure that everything that I've got that is retiring, and old swaps. I have got years and years of old swaps. So this is my time to have a good clear out, really. So I have the bundle here. She said, where did she just put it? There. So this set here, just to recap for you, it's a beautiful set. I used this one last time. I could use one of these ones. I might use a smaller branch this time, or yeah, that's got a longer stem than this one. So I'll use this one. And the dies that go with it, you can see a piece I've done there. The dies, massive set here. They're really nice, and they die cut all of the elements and more on this set. I love this sayings, thank you for your kindness. So they're really gorgeous set. Hi, Sandra. So it's a gorgeous set in there. I'm going to go for this middle one. It's sticky on there, so I'm just going to lift that off. Pick that up on the big block. And then I'm going to take the same one, I think. Thank you for your kindness. We've always got time to say thank you for people, haven't we? And I know exactly where this is going. Okey-doke. So, pop that out of the way. So what we're going to do, that's for my sentiment in a second. We're going to heat emboss this. I've got my little dust buddy here. You can't see that very well on the, let me bring you in a bit. Happy Easter to you, my dear, as well. Okay, so I'm going to, can you see that on there? You should be able to, will it? I don't think it'll show up better on white, will it? What should we do? Let's get a whole sheet of this coloured piece out. And you should be able to see it on there. That's better, isn't it? So you can see what we're doing. So I'm going to wipe my dust buddy all over here. Okay. Give it a good coating. And pop that to one side. And I'm going to ink up this stamp here. Okay. So I'm going to tap that down onto the table and ink this up. How many of you haven't seen me do this before? Who didn't see the last video? I can't remember what, don't ask me what date it was. It does, Claire, doesn't it? Absolutely, so many possibilities. Just to make my life easier, I'm going to turn this so that I can hold the block steady both directions. And I'm going to place this kind of in the centre and get my block so I can see the card, the paper either side. So I'm going to come down there. There we go. Yeah, so going back to my cards, you wouldn't believe how many cards I have got. I must do a total up when we finish. I really must. It's just silly. I've been ordering cellos online because I can't keep up. I've had a few helpers this last couple of weeks popping in and just doing a little bit to help. But one in particular, Lynn, she's coming back again tomorrow. She took a load away with her as well. Now, you won't be able to see on here till I put it over the card. Just want to make sure there's no little flecks on that. That is absolutely fine. So this is my powder, the white embossing powder. Oops, can't put it in the lid, can I? Let's pour it in there. Okay, and we can pop all of those out of the way. Finish with that one for now. Although, if I just heat this one first, I'm going to do the sentiment as well before we put that away. So, I'll just switch that off again and grab my tweezers. These tweezers have got the ceramic tips. These are really, really handy. I don't like the reverse tweezers, but for this it's good because you don't have to grip it. The tweezers are doing it for you. I'm just going to heat this gently, and we'll hold it in one place until we can see it turning shiny. Like that. It's going at the bottom of the stems there. Just want to move it along a bit. Oops. Hold it there, it'll be more steady. So I start where it's gone shiny, and I'm just moving it down gently. It is possible to overcook embossing powders. I think that should be fine. And if we look at that one on the paper here, you'll find that it's all nice and white and shiny. Okay, you can see where the powder has done its job over here. So I'll pop that to one side just to cool down. It's just warped a little bit, but that's fine, it will relax itself. And I need a piece for a sentiment. Just wondering if that piece might be big enough. Ooh, it might. I want it a little bit longer than that actually. It's a shame. I don't have any more small pieces, so let's just take a piece off here. If I pop my block onto my my mat here, I can line that up to see what sort of depth I want it. So if I go on 10, I want that to be 2.5 centimetres, 2.5 centimetres wide. So 2.5, just there. Take that piece off and we're good. So I'm going to do exactly the same with the sentiment here. I'm going to rub it over with the, don't need that now, with the embossing body and the Versamark. I love this technique. I wouldn't normally just do one of these. I would normally do several when I've got everything out on the table. Okay, I think last time I did it, I did 3. Okay, there's that. And we're going to tip the white powder. I just got to see it, it's there. Get the light right. Okay, make sure that that all stays on there nicely. Tip that off. There we go, we're good to go. Yep. Put that out of the way. You can see a production line doing a whole session of these. You would just do all this embossing first before you carry on. Okay. Oops. Move it along because the paper's too big. So just stand one end. We don't want to do this because when people waft, it stops the heat, it cools it down, and the idea is you need the heat to melt the powder. There we go, and I think we're all done. You see that? So we'll trim that one down in a little bit, but we'll let that go cold for now. Bring this back to lean on so you can see me. So what I do on this one, I have different ways of approaching it. I have got a green, we'll have a nice bright green to go with that. We'll have probably darkish one. We could have the Parakeet Party because that also is retiring. So this is one of the 5 in colours. I'll just show you those. So everything within these 5 colours, I'm just going to show you which ones they are. So the 5 in colours that we have here, I showed you the other day how all of these will be retiring, and the discounts that are on the cardstock's not reducing, but the ink pads, the refills and the blends are all reducing by between, yes, a lot at 20, some 30s and some 40s in there. So all of these colours will be retiring, so, and they're reducing as well. Okay, so I'm going to start off on the back here. Now I'm going to go through with the wide end. We want the colouring to show either side. Oh look, that one looks like it's actually lost its colour. I've probably used it too much. So what we're doing is actually colouring this through from the back, but we want it to show either side. So this is where you don't have to be careful colouring between the lines. You're going to go over those, but make sure it can be seen. And we're going to colour in the leaves as well and go just outside. So it kind of gives it, when we turn it over, it will give us like a little shadow. Okay, it's very straightforward. Okay, so you don't have to be accurate with your colouring. So if I just turn that over for you, you'll see if I put that on a piece of, get the note card out ready. Note card, an envelope there. So if I lay that on top of there, you'll be able to see how, bring that right up to the camera, you'll be able to see how that's giving it like a halo, like a little bit of a glow. So we'll carry on doing that green colouring. This is Parakeet Party. So we'll just come up those leaves, just around the outside, give it that halo. Okay, it's a really nice, gentle technique. I'll leave the buds in there. And a leaf on that one, leaf on that one. Veins coming up here. Leaf, vein there, oops. Leaf, vein and leaf. Okay, just have a look at that. There we go. So we'll hold that on the white again, and we can see that that's all got a little shadow on it. Aha, Marilyn, you need to resurrect this one. It's a really gorgeous technique. Now we're going to use the Orchid Oasis because it's not. Oh, got some wet coming out of that one. Let me just dab that off. I do find that sometimes with the blends, it's just some excess liquid that's just come out. We'll just test that on that piece of scrap that I threw in the bin somewhere. Oh, I can't find it. We'll just go with it for now. So I'm just going to colour the flowers exactly the same. So we're going over those and making sure that we go over the lines. So we're colouring the white behind it, but we're also going outside the line so it gives it a halo. Okay. I say it's very therapeutic when you work on a batch of these all together. Okay, so we'll turn that over on the white card again. You see it's got like a forget-me-not sort of like colour to it. There are some buds up here I still need to do. So we've gone over those with green, but I think they are buds that are there. There. That is a leaf. That's a round one, so I'm going to give that the benefit of the doubt and give that one a flower. Just go over those a little bit. Make them a bit stronger. You've heard me say with blends before that blends you can actually layer up. So when you put the first layer down, it will sit there, and a bit like undercoat, it will, when you put the second coat on, it will go darker. It will give it another layer. Okay, so that's back onto the white, and there we are. You can see those through there. Okay, it's a beautiful technique. It's so dainty. It's just lovely. So I think this was a good choice because it's got less colouring on it, so it's good for a live. So we've got that one piece done. We're going to bring it back to these ones here. So we've got the vellum. We've got the... could just take a little tiny piece off that side to bring it even. I want to just get it in the middle. So let's just... I had my little mini trimmer over the other side today. So I just take just less than 1/2 centimetre really. Just a tiny little piece off there. It's about... yeah, it's about 3 mils. So take that off. And I'll take it off these as well. So about 3 mils. Just gives the proportions the same. And 3 off there. Just because I didn't get in the centre. That's because I'm trying to lean over the top of it instead of and not get my head in the camera. Oops. So hopefully I'm not gutting these today. I'm just going to lay these up. So I like to put this one down here. So I hope you all saw my post about Norfolk Day. We're getting really excited about that. We're just waiting for the third person who's doing the event with us to get back from holiday, so we can touch base with her. But Helen and I had a really good session on a Wednesday, putting plans together, or should I say elaborating on the plans, and then we're ready to roll. Just chew it over together and make some decisions. So that's going to be on that middle of that piece. Now I'm going to leave it there for now, and I'm going to bring the sentiment out. So we'll do this one next. So again, we're going to trim the end off that one. So we just want, I like to choose a marker when I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put it to the end of the S on here and cut that off and turn it and go to the end of the first letter on there and cut that off. So it was virtually there, look. So we start with the same gap. Now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to come into the centre a little way, and then I'm going to snip from the corner in to the edge, and that will snip in there. And then this one, oh, gone a little bit light there. I'm trying to do it without my glasses, aren't I? And in there. Okay, and then we'll do the same this side. In from the corner, into there, and then into here. I feel I should have put my glasses on for that, but there we go. Is that going to fit across our card? Okay, we'll just have a quick check. That's going to fit on there, that will fit on there, and that will, whoa, we do need to take a little bit off that, so I'm going to come in a little bit closer. So I'll put the glasses back on. So if you find that you have to shorten them, all you do is just come in a little bit from that one, a nice even border there, and the same this way, and a little even border there. Okay, makes it a lot easier when you've got glasses on if you need them. There we go. And do the same this side. So I just take a little tiny margin off into the centre, and then the same on this side into the centre. There we go, and that falls away. So because we're going to attach this over here, I want it just across that bottom piece. I will explain to you about getting not being able to see it behind the vellum. I'm just looking for the dimensions. I did get them out here. There we go. So, and I have my tweezers. So, have you had a lot of Easter eggs today? Has it been a busy day? Those with children have probably had lots of Easter egg hunts. We've had quite a lazy day, really, just David and I. Okay, so we'll have some of those to start with. Get this panel in place. Makes it easier once you've got your layers on, just to have more layers. It just gives it a little bit of weight, and everything else will just stick in place. So we're going to pop this one in. I'm going to do it sideways again because I can hold this down with my fingers. It's awkward when a card is going to pop open. Not quite where I want it. Hold my breath. Oh, that's looking a bit better, I think. Okay, so that's our layer. So that's given us a bit of weight on there. Now this, where we try to adhere this down, I'm going to put some tape. Okay, we're going to put where we want to put the sentiment across. So where we're going to attach this is going to come across there, because this is a different shaped leaf. We're going to have this across the middle of that. Okay, so on the back of this, I'm going to put some, eyeball that where I want it to be, and then put some tape through the middle. Okay, now if we want to, we can just take a little mini glue dot. When you have colours on here, you can actually lift the glue dot and put it on some of these coloured layers. If you were to put something like this on the actual opaque piece here, you would find that it will be seen through like a little greasy mark. If you put wet glue on, just get the tip of those scissors. If you use Tombow on here, the vellum is not a porous surface, so you will find that it will just run away and it will just push and push and push. So you want to be careful when you use your vellum. I'm just lining that up with an even border, top and bottom, like so. So there's the tape that's going to be covered up, and there's one glue dot just under that flower there. Okay, nice and disguised and looking good. So I have dimensionals on there. I'm also going to put dimensionals on here. Okay, because we've got not much colour there, it's good to put them on here. So let's just put some through the middle. We don't want to go too near the edges because it's going to overhang just slightly. Take these off as I go. And one in the centre. There we go. Turn that over. You've been very lazy. You're allowed to be lazy, Karen. It's a bank holiday. Nothing is open. Like I say, I've sat in here. I've been going through so many swaps. You wouldn't believe it. It's just, yeah, there's loads of them everywhere. But I'm going to have my buckets in here of cards to sell. And what I'm going to do is to pop it out to the village. I'll put it on the village page and just see if there's anybody that wants to pop in, say once a month. It might even be once a fortnight. And either craft with me or just browse the cards and have a cup of tea with me. Okay, so there's our little card. Okay, now I've finished, I'm going to bring on the one I did before. It's already packaged in the cello, and this has got the current in colours on, and this has got the ones with the retiring colours in colours. And these ones here, what was I going to say? Yeah, I used a different flower, so they look slightly different. But just play with it. Any card, you don't need much. In fact, you could actually use a label from the Stylish Shapes. Now, please let me just check that one for you. Whoops, a lot on the desk here. I'm pretty sure this is carrying over. Make sure you can't see the catalogue. Stylish Shapes, I'm pretty sure it is. Yes, it is definitely carrying over. So these are carrying over. But when I gut things, you can see I have the packets in the middle. But when you do that, you could actually have these labels here, and you could actually gut that from the centre of that Orchid Oasis layer. You could probably get a couple in there, a fat one and a thin one. Okay, so you do use your tools accordingly. You know how I love to gut the card. Now that one has got a little splodge on there. That's not going to matter for me because I'm just going to pop that together. If you wanted to, you could, another technique, I haven't got the pens easily, quickly to hand, time-wise, we could actually take the markers, not these ones, do not use your alcohol pens direct to the stamp. But if I clean this, I could do this with the pen and go over this with the marker and the leaves in the green and do exactly the same, but using the different pens, putting it straight onto here, huff on it and then stamp onto the card. We might do that technique on Wednesday. I'll see another set that's retiring, and if I can get that sorted for you, I will do that. Okay, but there's our card. I don't think I did anything on the envelope on this one, but you could do that ink to technique onto the actual envelope here. In fact, time-wise, we're not that bad, are we? Let me just bear with me, and I'll see if I can grab them. I'm going to get the cleaner as well. The cleaner is there. If I can find it. That wasn't as bad as I thought. Right, because it's only a little piece of it for the envelope. Let me clean this down. Clean the Versamark off. It's quite sticky, so we don't want to put the pens on top of that. And you get two techniques in one night. Look. So we have that one, and we have that's Orchid. There we go. So let's have a quick one. You wish you lived closer. I wish you lived closer, Shaz. It's a shame you're so far down down the end. And Ruth is over in Wales. We're actually going to Wales next weekend, Shaz, shame you're not overseeing Ruth. So I'm going to go, in fact, I'll do the light colour first. So I'm going to go over with the marker. I'm only going to have a little tiny piece on the envelope. So I'm only going to go down as far as here, and I'm going to go over all the green. Now I use my pen on the slant. If I zoom you in, you'll be able to see me better. Okay, so my pen is on the slant. Don't stab at it, just slant it over and gently colour in your leaves and your stems. Okay, leave the buds. It's a bit of stem, that's as far as we're coming down. Okay, so we just do those. That's a bit of leaf, that's a leaf, stem, that one's a leaf. I think that's a bud. There's a bit of stem there. We'll come up through here. That one's a leaf, a bud, sorry. That's a leaf and stem. It's important just to get everything covered somehow. That's bud, that's bud, that's bud. So I think we've got everything on there. And don't just use your pens on a very flat edge, very slanted. Okay, now we just do the buds. I start with the lightest first, because if you go over anything in the wrong colour, you've got the strongest one left that will go over it. So if there's a bit of green on there, you wouldn't know. And then this is one big flower in the middle, isn't it? If in doubt, you can refer, but have the stamp set beside you and refer to which bits are what. Just looking at it in reverse. Okay, that's all we're going to do of that. That's all of that piece up there. It wasn't too bad, was it? So I'm going to huff on it, and then I'm going to stamp it on this corner. I want to make sure that I've got the stems off, so I've not got a floating in air. And now we can pray. And take that off, and there we are. There is our dainty little piece, and that is the water-based markers. So it's the Stampin' Write markers, okay, and it's just picking out the buds away from the leaves. Okay, so you can see how that one is, and then we have this one coloured behind it, the other technique. Okay, oops, come down a bit. Okay, so we've just got that little hint showing with the vellum behind it. And this one's with the markers. Okay, so I hope you like that. That's that one finished, and that's the one that we made last time, whenever that might be. And like I say, this set here, I'll zoom you out again. Leave those to the side. So this set here is retiring at those fabulous prices I mentioned earlier, and all of the dies as well in here. Okay, so this is the one I think that would have, no, long skinny, it's that one. It's hard to tell when they're back to front, isn't it? That would be that one. No, it's not that one. It is that one. They're all there somewhere. It's this one. Because it's back to front. We've coloured on the back of the vellum, haven't we? There we go, that's that one. So that would have cut all of that image out over there. Okay, and there's extras. With the dies, there's always some extras in there, some extra little flowers and things and extra leafy bits. So if you want that whole bundle, so that would normally be probably in the 50s, late 40s, 50s, and it's £29. So if you do like those, just give me a shout if you haven't got a demonstrator, and I can get them ordered for you. Okay, it's going to be a busy month. I'm going to bring you back to me. Oh, I'll take that off. It's going to be a busy month because it is sale. The sale is Monday, Tuesday. I can't remember exactly what hour or o'clock it's starting, but you will want to get in early. Some of the things will run out. Some things will start running out that are carrying over as well, because with the prices, there's a few things where the prices are going up. And if the prices are increasing slightly, then people will be buying them up at the old price. So please be aware of that. I, for one, my lovely note cards, you know I love my note cards. I always have a good supply of these in hand. They are such a cute little size. They will be going up. So I will be stocking up even more of those, and I've got some in my order at the moment. Okay, so yes, it's variety across the board. I can't remember all the price increases, but some things are and some things aren't, as in with everything. It's all down to the cost of the raw materials, and Stampin' Up! Unfortunately, they have to pass that on. It's like everything in life at the moment. Everything is just increasing slightly. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you will have a go at doing that yourself. It's a really relaxing, lovely technique to try. You got two techniques in one there with the envelope done as well. Okay, so take care, and I will see you all on Wednesday night. So